Deadline did an article, and they like the biggest winners and losers of the 2024 political media cycle, right?
Yeah.
And they had me as a big winner. They had Rogan as a loser. I totally disagree with that. Rogan, the three he did, the Trump, JD fans,
and Elon
Musk. Come on, like that's like, and I heard so many people talking about the Elon. I didn't listen to Elon Musk. I heard so many people talking about the Elon Musk. But that week, I had people saying to me, "Yo, that Elon Musk man, he was saying some shit. Like he was saying some real shit. He might I might fuck with Trump."
Don't be fooled. People were voting for Elon, even though Trump is the person that they wrote in on the bubble. They're voting for the fact that Elon's going to be involved in that administration.
Oh, I can see that.
100%.
I can see that. Somebody told me, one of my guys that was with me this week, he can't vote because he's not from here, but I wonder if my guy gonna get deported in January. but he's not from here. But he was saying how he like RFK. You know what I'm saying? And so he might rock with Trump because of RFK. He can't vote, but he was just saying, I would like to see what RFK does in that administration.
I also think there's another thing, and I think this is very important because we're talking about legacy media versus new media, right? And you understand this because you've done radio. Mm-hmm. And I think radio's always done this.
Pull up that Deadline article. This is good. I like this because they talk about this in there.
And here is the difference that I see. I saw Kamala doing a lot more traditional media, legacy media, if you will. Okay? Now, Trump did it as well. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. She definitely avoided doing the podcast run. They avoided our podcast. She avoided Rogan. She avoided tons of big podcasts. She went on, a few shows. But the value of sitting down with people for a long time is that you get to start to build a connection with these people, right? She went on SNL, they did a sketch. It might be watched by more people than anywhere in the world.
Sketch was great, though.
Sketch was great.
Yeah.
But here's the reality. And there are comedians on SNL, right, that are hilarious comedians. They might not be able to sell out a comedy club for a weekend. And they're on the biggest comedy platform in the world. Because the reality is, getting people to leave their house to support you is about connection. As someone in radio for fucking 20 years, you understand that. You've built connection with people.
Every day, daily.
Exactly. Legacy media, these TV shows are not about building connection. They're about selling pharmaceutical ads. That is the goal of the show. How can I sell your next depression pill? How can I sell your next restless leg syndrome pill, et cetera? So you're in a situation where Trump is going on these pods for long amounts of time, building connectivity with these people and talking to people who are really trusted with their audience. That's going to make somebody leave the house, just like it makes our supporters and fans leave the house when we do our comedy shows. I think that is the difference between legacy media and new media. New media is about connection with the fans. Legacy media came from a time where simply being on TV or simply being famous was enough to get people to go see you. And those days are done.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Because even when you talk about new media, I think that there's a difference between people who, there's a lot of these platforms, they might get a lot of crazy numbers, but you got to have actual influence, right? And the way you get influence is by engaging with people. I think that there's another new level of media, which I think is the streamers. They do what radio does. They're on there every day. They're talking with people.
Yeah.
They're not just talking. When we dropped it, when we put out Brilliant Idiots, we're talking
to them.
We're
not talking with you.
We're not talking with them. Yep. We're talking to them. So people are watching this right now and they're enjoying watching me and Andrew talk. They get in the comments and talk shit and hope we see it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But they don't actually get to engage. With radio and the streamers, they get to engage. That shit forms a different level
Think
of
about the bond. And you see it.
Oh, my God.
You see it when, there's that streamer Speed. You see him go around the world and people lose their fucking minds for this kid.
That's right.
So they're building that deep connectivity. There are people that are on incredibly famous legacy media shows that can walk around New York City or any other city in the world and nobody will fucking recognize them, bother them, even care. They know they're famous, but it doesn't move the needle. J-Lo doesn't move the needle. The famous celebrities don't move the needle. We still see them as famous. It's still exciting to see them, but they no longer have the same influence as someone who has a deep connection to their audience.
I thought about that too, because we were having a conversation about, do celebrities move the needle? At first I said no, but then I said, actually probably yes. It's just that celebrity is different now. So
Joe Rogan's a celebrity.
yes,
Yeah.
the Aiden Rosses of the world,
Yeah.
the people Flagrant, the Dio, like those are considered the celebrities now, but they're also the influencers. Because that's why you used to go. People go to celebrities for what? Influence.
Yep.
Now you have actual
Influencers, yeah.
influencers. So I think that those celebrities do still move the needle. I just think that celebrity is different. And I think that there's something too. If your grievance is the economy, right? If your grievance is, it's not enough money in your pocket. You don't want nobody
Rich telling you what
to do. Now, why they fall for the billionaire Elon Musk, I don't know. He's an anomaly.
It's hope. You see what this guy's been able to accomplish, and you hope that he applies that same success to the government, to the economy, so that you can be successful just like his
Is he
businesses
getting
are.
deported?
Definitely not. That motherfucker's safe. He's not going nowhere.
Elon not getting deported, Joe?
Elon can do whatever he wants.
Scroll up, Taylor, because what Schulz said made me think about something, because I was looking at, Dominique from Deadline did this article. Hold on, scroll up. No, okay. Yeah, loser. Broadcast networks. Make that bigger. Dominique said the reach of the news divisions of ABC, NBC, and CBS is way, way, way down, and prestige last. What does that say? And prestige last meant something in the Reagan area. Oh, all of which means, for the most part, the broadcast networks were side players in the drama of this year's election. Yes, ABC saw massive viewership numbers out of its multi-outlet simulcasted September 10th debate between the VP and the former POTUS, yet none of that was seen on ABC by the millions who subscribed to DirecTV, as Disney was in a contract dispute with the satellite provider at the time. CBS has gotten more attention for Trump ranting about revoking his license over edits made to a 60 Minutes interview with Harris than anything in that interview or anything else the network has done this election. Somewhere in the heavens, Walter Cronkite is wiping away a tear. So I look at this and I think two things. If I'm running for president, I don't think you leave any stone unturned.
You got to do them all.
I think I've said it a million times. Back in the day, you build it, they would come. Now, you got to meet people where they are, bro. Everywhere. you got to go everywhere.
You got to do legacy media, because there's also, Mark had a good point about this. It was like there's different demographics. Older people still watch legacy media. They're not watching a podcast.
Mark got that from me. I said that on the pod. I said that here 2 weeks ago. He got that from me.
That motherfucking, my motherfucking hater right there. See in Trump's America what people do?
I'm just saying.
That?
I said that here.
But yeah, you're right. It's like in Trump's America, like, you basically can do whatever you want and have all the success that you dream of.
This is not Trump's America. This is the people's America, and the people voted for Trump. But don't ever forget, don't get caught up in the code of personality. Trump works for you. You voted for him, he works for you.
All right, tell Trump that.
But see, that's fucked up. It shouldn't be that way.
Yo, you know what?
It shouldn't be that way.
You better watch your tongue.
Man, y'all better don't y'all get caught up in the code of personality.
Watch your tongue.
Trump works for y'all.
No.
And you better push him.
Absolutely.
The next 4 years, hopefully it's just 4. I'm putting 4 in quotation marks.
That's what I'm saying.
right?
Hey, if it's going good.
See?
You know, if it's going good.
What are you confused about?
Because you're saying 2020 is how they felt in 2020. But people hated how the country was.
Who hated how the country was?
That's when the pandemic started.
You wasn't in Florida. You wasn't in Georgia. You wasn't in South Carolina. You wasn't down south where these people was outside
living
and
life.
PPP loans was everywhere,
flourishing.
Stimmy checks. Stimmy checks. Everybody.
So wait,
I could drive you through Mounts Corner right now and point and say he bought that trailer with PPP.
Yep.
I'm not even joking.
Oh, it was.
I got family members that I tell all the time.
Why do
you going to jail?
They coming
but
for you.
why do people think
They coming?
we were in a pandemic? Why do people think that's about to be the same?
You're right.
That doesn't make sense to me.
You're absolutely right. But that's what happens when people aren't informed. They think in their mind.
But they know that we're not in pandemic. Like, that doesn't make sense.
There are many other reasons. They've seen their cities deteriorate. Now, the cause of that deterioration is what the single cause is unknown. It might be many different causes. It might be implementation of plans that were not Democrat. It actually Republican. It might. Who knows? But what they know is under Democratic jurisdiction, their cities have gotten worse and they don't want it anymore.
Take that shit up with your local government.
They did. That's why they replaced them.
Yeah, take that shit up with your local government.
But they did. They got them out of there. The DAs got flipped.
In Cali, right?
Yeah.
Go to the podcast part of this, Taylor. This Deadline article. Oh, this was good too. He said billionaires. I found this very interesting.
But she just said every liberal person's a winner and every Republican is a loser.
Oh, no. Hell no. No. That's not true. I thought that too. When I read the article, that's what I was thinking in the beginning when I first started reading it. But no, because another person I feel like they said was a loser on here that they shouldn't have was Jon Stewart. Because they said that, go to the Jon Stewart part.
They said Elon's a loser. They said TikTok is a winner.
Go back to their podcast. No, they said TikTok's a winner.
Beyonce's the MVP.
No, they said TikTok's a winner.
How the fuck is Beyonce the MVP of this election?
I gotta read it.
What the fuck does she do? She walks on stage for 3 minutes, doesn't do shit to sway the election or motivate voters, and she's the MVP, and I'm supposed to take this seriously, this article?
Yes, because I'm the fucking #1 winner. That's why.
All right, well, I stopped reading after that.
It says the podcast. Trump says his teenage son, Barron, has been advising him on podcasts to reach traditionally non-voting audiences. If true, Barron is looking pretty smart in both campaigns. From the laughing and mocking host of Flagrant to Bussin' with the Boys. What's Bussin' with the Boys?
It's two ex-football players.
Will Compton and Taylor Wayne?
Yeah.
Okay. To the oddly touching back and forth with Theo Vaughn and, of course, Rogan, Trump took the lead and found welcoming, safe places that had a much more direct and unmanicured route to voters than 60 Minutes or Another Debate, as proven by the VP's appearance on Call Her Daddy with Alex Cooper and Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp, not to mention the radio purchase of Howard Stern and The Breakfast Club. The power of podcasts are something on which both candidates agree to selection. Now, winner is podcast, losers is late night. Jon Stewart came back to work the Monday shift on The Daily Show after hosting Waiting Hassan Minaj was unfairly given the media equivalent of a wedgie by The New Yorker. But who really cares? Certainly not Harris or Trump, as neither of them showed up on the Comedy Central show. Sure, the VP was with Stephen Colbert on October 8th and on SNL this past weekend, but otherwise, late night was pretty much a no-upside risk for the tightly scripted Harris and the Whirlwind campaign. As for Trump, forget about it, been there, done that, can't take the jokes. Now, I disagree with that. I think Jon Stewart came back and did fantastic work, and I think he's been doing fantastic work because Jon Stewart is a lot like podcasters, personalities. He has an audience that he talks directly to.
And they believe him.
And they listen to him, and they believe him.
Yep.
You don't have to sit down and interview a candidate to have that kind of impact.
Yep.
I think Dominique, you got that one. You didn't get that one right.
I need to read this Beyonce MVP one.
Let me hear it. I didn't read it. Let me see. MVP, winner Beyonce. Taylor Swift delivered her endorsement of the VP as the September 10th debate with Trump ended, but it was Queen Bee who has proved essential to the Harris campaign. Beyonce's 2016 tune, Freedom, is the VP's walk-on music at those well-attended rallies. The 32-time Grammy winner supposedly donated $4 million to Harris campaign. In his first days this summer, Beyonce never showed up at the DNC despite those absurd whispers she would be there on the closing night in Chicago. Saving the best almost for last, the Texas Hold'em singer showed up in her hometown of Houston on October 26th with her ex-Destiny's Child bandmate Kelly Rowland to introduce the VP. Unlike Barack Obama's second inauguration, Beyonce didn't sing at the rally, co-starring Willie Nelson, but her words of a new song for America to sing was music to the Harris campaign.
That makes her the MVP. Dominique, I love you because you wrote something that was accurate about my boy, because we both agree he is the fucking man. But Dominique, how the fuck is that making her the MVP? I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't. She's
the MVP because she allowed her to use her song as the walkout for her rallies.
You want to know the problem with this article?
What's that?
Kamala lost.
Yeah.
That is the problem. That is the problem with this article.
You're right.
Kamala wins.
This article
ain't arguing about Beyonce.
Yo, we're not talking about how Taylor Swift really don't got it like that.
Now we a country.
Girl,
Now
we found unity.
Now we a country.
Now we got it. Okay, give me that shit
now
back.
watch. Somebody gonna clip this one part.
I know.
Okay, now we a country. Watch. MAGA at the top.
Okay, but for real, Taylor Swift really don't got the. She don't really got the juice like that.
Don't.
I mean, neither does Beyonce, but Taylor really don't. Like, neither of them do.
That's crazy.
They got nothing.
Yo,
Taylor's fans are like, yo, go shut up and dance. Or
Taylor
shut up and
fans are
sing. Shut up and
kids.
strum.
Oh, by the way, Taylor didn't even really commit, bro.
Yo, she
I
didn't.
give Beyonce props.
She didn't.
She did it. Beyonce
Did it.
Like
she bailed on the last one. There was like one thing that she was
it was
potentially
in
going to
Pennsylvania. You
She
did an
bailed on it.
Instagram post,
because she knew.
but you didn't show up.
Taylor, I think
Brittany
she's
got to her.
Somebody got. I'm telling you, somebody said to her, "Look,
It's not her name, right? Brittany
Brittany Mahomes.
no, they ain't Brittany. Somebody,
Travis Kelce.
somebody around Taylor said, Taylor, I'm gonna show you this quote from Michael Jordan. I want you to look at this quote. And this quote says, Republicans buy shoes too. And somebody said to Taylor, we've done some analytics.
It ain't looking good, shorty.
I know you might think these people over here, you're like base. This is your base.
Cat ladies.
And she disappeared.
She
you didn't see
disappeared.
nothing from Taylor
Disappeared.
after that Instagram post.
Disappeared.
Nothing.
Menopause.
Come on, yo. Am I lying?
Menopause. Support went on menopause.
Beyonce showed up. Beyonce did a speech.
Barely.
She showed up, bro.
Ain't nobody paying to hear Beyonce.
Taylor didn't.
Bro,
Taylor did nothing.
We need to hear you sing. If Beyonce would have sang on that stage, bro.
Nah, she was singing the whole time. She had freedom.
No, but if she sang on that stage, it might. Hey, God damn, bro.
Nah, I'm Captain America, bro.
God damn, bro.
Listen, Chris, grab the mic, Chris.
Chris, why haven't you
Chris,
spoken at all? You're
Chris,
Solomon.
Chris, grab the
Sam
mic,
over there,
Chris.
bro.